Okay, the first comment for today, everything on the side says Nick Fuentes, dear black people. So I guess that's the video that majority of people are commenting on. We have Ventifada. Okay, kind of make me think about Antifada, which is the Muslims. 10 minutes of crying, 75 subscribers, by the way. We just started the podcast. We appreciate all 75 subscribers. I hope you were crying laughing. Dad602, not my father. Practice speaking in front of a mirror before putting yourself online flustered and rambled. I'm not sure if I'm flustered. I think I have a good attitude. I'm just a rambler. That's how my mind works. That's how I wrote essays in school. I have a lot of thoughts. I can try to work on being more organized for you guys. The producer was getting on me for weeks about that. So, yeah, sure, that's some constructive criticism. Maybe I can prepare better, prepare more, try to organize in a logical way the whole theme and then the paragraphs, the stories, and then the conclusion. I remember this from school, who, what, where, when, why. I remember this stuff. That's just not how stuff pops in my mind. You know, I spit out the facts and I kind of analyze different. With me, it's more like brainstorming in circles. Like, it might be a main point and we're discussing something, but this fact may come or that fact may come, and I'm just analyzing this small portion of this and this small portion of that, and how does it all connect? You know, I just put together things differently than some people. You didn't prove him wrong. Gang, everyone, this is Ezra MTTPTY. You guys say I didn't prove him wrong. Please watch some of the other podcasts. That's a clip. That clip, maybe as I keep repeating myself, maybe I wasn't specific, but on a lot of my podcasts, I'm specific, and a lot of the stuff Nick says is like hyperbole, it's generalized statements. IQ stuff, he's accurate, but doesn't paint the whole picture. Race, he's accurate, doesn't paint the whole picture. So, though generally speaking, he may be correct, you guys send me a lot of facts about various people, about various organizations. So you guys seem to be sticklers on facts. So just check out the other episodes and see if some of my facts are correct. And as you commented negatively about me, please feel free to state if your opinion of me has changed or if you gained some information from the episodes. This I know from X. So X Bleach 88X said N. Usually when someone says N, they're trying to start, because they won't let you call someone a nigger on social media. They'll usually say N, and then a bunch of people, I'm assuming are white, will pile up behind and say Nigger. So I don't see this in my YouTube comments, thankfully. But you're reminding me that I do need to do a deep dive on the word nigger so that true low IQ whites can better understand what the word means and understand why. I don't take it as an insult. I know you mean it as an insult, but you're not intelligent enough to understand what you're saying, which is not surprising because you're low IQ. Okay. Tosh God Ufal off fools. You're based as fuck. Okay, so this is also someone who seems that like they're on the right, but they said I'm based, which is a compliment on the right. So thank you, Tosh. Welcome to the right. I'm in the middle. I'm a libertarian. I'm not on you guys' side, but, you know, I appreciate the welcome, or at least right of MAO. I don't know what MAO is, but yeah, I'm following you, bro. I may not be to the right, but I'm of the right of the liberals and some stuff going on the left. Looking forward to more of your content. Please subscribe, hit the like button if you like something, and of course, you've already left a comment. Send more. You know, I'd love to talk to you. If there's any specific thing you want me to cover, let me know. Share with friends, you know. Share with friends on the right. If this show goes how I like, I would love for the right and left to be watching the show so we could really, like, I want to sit down and talk with you guys, but maybe on social media, we should push more conversations. Any of you who follow me, I know I keep plugging mine, and it's not the one the producer wants plugged, but on X, I'm LILMOEMUSIC. I tag a lot of people. So I've tagged like Jake Shields, he's an anti-Semitic, and I tagged Emily, who I mentioned in another episode. They're on two opposite sides, but Jake is cool with me, Emily's cool with me. They're not cool with each other, but they both have like valid points. I keep tagging them. Maybe they don't know why I'm tagging both of them, but I'm tagging them hoping that maybe they could talk to one another, right? Because Emily's a cool person, Jake's a cool person. They're not politicians, but on social media, they could still talk to one another, and maybe like their followers, even though they don't agree, could get into some dialogues, and we could find a way to to peacefully exist. I'm not saying that I expect the anti-Semitics to stop blaming the Jews, because they blame the Jews for everything. They blame them for the weather. If the car doesn't start, they blaming the Jews because the Jews probably created the chip that's in the car. So like, I understand that everybody's so far apart, we might can't come together totally right now. But in terms of like, see, this is what I'm telling you guys about the Rams and how everything connects. Y'all know Charlie just got shot. Elijah Schaefer said he's getting death threats. He's worried. What I think could happen if Emily and Jake talk is, we wouldn't dehumanize one another if we got in fights but knew who we were, right? So an anti-Semitic person could blame Jews, but if you know the Jews and you know Jewish people, you may dislike them, but you won't hate them. You won't shoot them. So I'm not trying to make the two sides agree. I'm just trying to make the two sides say, nah, kind of like our founders, how we have a republic. Let's talk it out, guys. The violence is ridiculous. You know what I mean? That's one of the reasons I said last episode, let the white people say nigga. It's like, bro, you call the other white people nigga, the white people can't work. We need white people to have jobs. You call them a nigga, the black people want to fight them. We can't be beating people up. Like, they wrong to say nigga, they being racial. I think the way to get back at them is like what I'm about to do with the whole explaining them what the word nigga means. They saying we stupid. Educate ourselves. Don't come back with violence. Come back at them with words. Show them who are calling you stupid. I must not be that stupid if I'm able to provide you with information you didn't know. Okay, I'm not sure how much time I have, but I'm going to keep going. The producer told me talk to as many of you as I can. Danny Davy 293, usual black person, no accountability. The first episode, Dan the Davy. The first episode is called The Usual Suspect, and it discusses black crime. We have a black crime problem in America, so I think I do take accountability. Truth Hurts from Joe 551. Joe or probably Joe M551. You see, guys, I ramble because I just got particular things get stuck in my head. I think I have like OCD. But Truth Hurts. I'm black and I avoid black neighborhoods like crazy. Well, then go to Appalachia if you think it's safe. Like I always say, if the whites think West Virginia is a utopia, move there. You proved him right. About Nick, okay. That was, let's see who it's from. That's from Mole's Son My Cheek. Man, you guys have the most interesting names. Charlie 4B, I can follow that. 2813 says the guy that never leases, literally not in my home right now. We're in the office space. And I try to get around. I went to school in Mobile. I went to school in Baton Rouge. I'm from New Orleans. I've traveled. I don't know what you mean. I haven't gone to Israel like Emily, but I've traveled in America. Nick is right. Nick is right. More than his haters say. You got people I've seen think Nick is stupid. They call him, he's low IQ with some of the takes, but they call him stupid. They say he's always wrong. They say he's a bad person. I haven't said he was a bad person. I don't know him. I haven't said he was always wrong. I feel like it's almost 50-50 when I do these reactions. Not a lot. There's a decent portion of things that he says that are correct. A woman saying N-word is not remotely the same as a dude murdering someone. I totally agree. Words are words, and murdering someone is violence. That's from Nightlight 5. Okay, Danielle Murrith. Sorry for saying your whole name, but you got it out publicly. 8486. Black fatigue, but still focused on black issues. I can't take. Oh, nah, this is a different clip. This is not from Nick. This is a clip on me responding to Emily Saves America on social. I think her real name's Emily Wilson. Follow Emily. She blocked me. David D1 blocked me. Xavier blocked me. Everybody blocking me, but I'm shouting everybody out, right? I don't have no hate in my heart. People blocking me, and I'm just trying to ask them tough questions, to have the tough conversations that we need to have to make the country better. So on to the next one. Rostrum make me think about Wiz Khalifa and Jet Life. I'm not gonna plug something with my music because the producer get on me. But eventually, if the show gets bigger, I'll plug the music. Salad Rostrum says there's nothing critical about your commentary, G. Salad, you saw a 10-minute clip. We have 8 episodes out now. There's episodes about 30 minutes. So we have 4 hours of content where I talk about IQ, I haven't pulled up the stuff on impulse control, but I'm gonna do that where they did studies on Asian babies, white babies, black babies. I think I discussed race in terms of like not just whites, black, but Northern Europeans, Southern Europeans, Eastern Europeans, Southwest Asians, East Asians, Northern Africans, Sub-Saharan Africans, East Africans. You sitting here saying the commentary is not critical. I haven't seen anybody start talking about race and actually breaking it up genetically with the different Y haplos and the different hair types, the different intelligence genes. It's a bunch of things that I haven't got into. I'm 8 episodes in, but I do think anybody looking to dig deep into things, we will start digging deep, as I'm currently fighting with the producer between, like, we're trying to do a daily news show, but I'm trying to get you guys a lot of information. So we're gonna figure out how we're gonna unpack all of the things I want to discuss. Lynn One Baby. I don't think I've seen a more one-sided comment section in my life. This guy's done I've done a terrible job of defending the blacks. I'll say this, I don't think that's black people making these comments. I get text messages from people that I know. I get responses on X where I think my content gets shown to more people. I have a bigger following on X now. Many black people appreciate what I'm doing, and I will continue to do it. I think I'm doing a good job because white people are getting upset. So if white people are getting upset, I probably am defending the blacks well. Say it ain't Jake. Man, you need to read. I don't know what it is that makes you guys think I can't read. I'm reading on the fly. I'm not following it. This is actually about the New York communism video, so I'm not sure what I said that made him think I could not read. Back to Nick again. You're so pressed. Let me guess. Your neighborhood is in fact white. My neighborhood has actually had sways over time. I know the history of it from about 1920s. I'm not going to tell people where I live, but the area has been white, obviously, in the 20s. I think in the 60s, it was still white. Around the 90s, it was a mix. 2000s, it was more black. Now there are whites moving back into the area. Yeah, I mean, I would consider myself middle class, and I think when I was a child, I was middle class, would be considered middle class. So yeah, there've been swings in America where they've had mixed white and black, mixed all black, mixed all white. The only real place we don't get the mix is inner cities, Hispanic, black, rural, white. Everywhere else, like people talk about wealthy. The blacks in Beverly Hills aren't committing murder. So yeah, I think there's a mix regardless, and I came from a mixed area. Tosh. Oh, I think they left me a positive comment. I'm definitely reading this one. Tosh Gado Fools, trust those who seek the truth, but question those who claim to have found it. Yes. Tosh, I'm in alignment with you, bro. Tweet me, bro. I'll follow you, bro. I'll follow people I'm in disalignment with, but I'm just being honest. I mean, dudes, all these negative comments and that person is being positive. So yeah, I'm probably going to talk to them. Oh, I hope the producer sees this. They got a few comments to Lily. Emily, because the producer was telling me about Nick and he said people were commenting on it, but there are people commenting on my response to Emily as well. So guys, we're gonna keep doing the show because we want to get the information out, the news, and then larger issues. But if you guys want like reaction videos, you can send me clips to social or Critical Commentary TV. You can send clips to social, or you can send the clips to our YouTube page. You could just leave it in the comments. And if you want us to do more reactions, I can do reactions to like a plethora of topics. So, well, I shouldn't say a plethora, but I'll send the topics and I'll see if I know something about them. I don't want to react. Well, I can react to stuff even if I don't know. That's what the producer told me. Just react how you react. All right. Andrew Striker 3549. Every action requires a reaction. Let's go to the club and have gangster shooting. Oops, Spike Lee shot Rack. There are shootings everywhere. There are mass shootings by whites where they kill innocent people. At least with black people, if you didn't bother the person, you don't need to worry about them shooting your ass. For the most part, black people will kill an innocent person for a car or for jewelry or something, but that's one person. Not like the situation with the military where they're 6% of the population and they're committing 25% of the mass murders. Are we now stereotyping the military and saying that somebody's in the military, they're a danger to society? No. So let's not pick on the blacks, Mr. Andrew Striker 3549. He left another comment and I'll read it. Black fatigue is long gone. Black annoyance is here. To quote Dr. King, don't quote Dr. King if you're talking bad about blacks. Let's judge everyone on skin color. This is Are you Dr. Jekyll and Hyde? You sound like a completely different person. Let's judge everyone on skin color. Forget about character, and you better know. You almost got me, bro. You're ending it off talking about forget about character, and you bring some Glocks. I'm not with the violence. Izzy Am 585. This ain't it, dog. This on Nick. Might as well delete. I'm not deleting. This is my biggest video, so I'm gonna leave this up for now. But you're proving his point. I don't think so. I have to relook at this one to find out why everybody keeps saying it. I thought when I critiqued Nick that I brought up valid points. Everybody's saying I didn't prove a single thing he said wrong, as if everything I responded to, he was right and what I said was wrong. If that is the case, I see why y'all might think I'm low IQ, but I don't think that happened. Innumerable demons. Pathetic, bro. This is again Nick. You guys are going to figure out when it's Nick based upon how people talking to me. Do some market research from your own comments here and try again. This video is not the flex. You think you're cooked. Buddy, I'm from New Orleans and I know a bit about cooking. I could make some gumbo with the shit y'all throwing at me. Jonathan Bresnahan 77. They edited their comment. It's about Nick. Hopefully they started off coming at me and changed their mind. Fatherless homes are far more prevalent in black communities. Y'all want stats? Let's go with stats. Currently, fatherless homes are about 65% of the black population and then 25% of the white population. It is higher in the black population than whites. 65 years ago, it was 3% in the white population and 25% in the black population. When it was 25 in the black population, y'all were claiming it's the same problem that it is now at 65, and y'all aren't talking about the white fatherless home situation, but it's risen from 3 to 25%. So if it was a problem when it was 25% in the black community, it's 25% in the white community, and y'all like to talk about rates, going from 25 to 65 is a smaller rate of growth than going from 3 to 25. So just across the board is getting worse for whites. But I don't know math, right? Oh, I haven't even finished his comment. Let me continue reading. And households in America. Now, I'm no fan of Nick Fuentes myself. He's too extreme for my taste. But if that murderer, Carmelo Anthony, can raise over $500,000 for stabbing somebody, oh yeah, both of them should not have been able to raise money. And what the Shiloh woman did is not comparable to Carmelo Anthony if Carmelo Anthony committed murder. I don't know if it's self-defense. I don't know if it's murder. Who's seen the video? Who knows what's happening? I'm shouting people out again because this is just who I am. She's a Republican too. There's a Republican lady who's a journalist. She's somewhere, I don't know what state she's in, but her ex is Sarah Fields. Just type Sarah Fields. But she's been covering this case nonstop since it happened. So I don't know the particulars of the Carmelo Anthony case, but you said he's a murderer and I don't know. I do think if he murdered someone in a gang, that's nowhere near Shiloh calling someone the N-word. And I heard recently from some black people that the kid was autistic. I don't know if that's true, but if the kid was autistic, she wouldn't know that either. But the point is, if the kid was autistic, that might play into a role of his behavior. They have X-ray vision 3802. Okay, I'm seeing a bunch of Knicks again, so I go back and forth. I see what the producer's saying, then I see a few of non-Nick clips, but I mean, the producer probably looking at the data and just is like, bro, people commenting about Nick. The comment is from X-ray vision 3802. I hope people can hear me in the mic. I gotta work on this whole lean back stuff. The difference, my small little guy, let's not get into this. You don't want to start ribbing. The difference, my small little guy, is whites invented everything you use. Come on, man. Bro. Civilization, we're going to start with Homo sapiens. We won't even go back to Homo erectus. But like civilization started in Ethiopia. So people were dark-skinned and black. And they went from Ethiopia to Egypt into the Middle East, like Israel, Egypt. They went up to Southern Europe, Greece, and they went to Spain. Then they got up there to Britain, right? Then they got out there to East Asia around Japan, right? So much stuff was invented before white. Spanish people are considered white, but when people say white, I know what they mean. They mean Northern Europeans. A plethora of things were invented before white people existed. So no, everything being used was not invented by whites. Whites are an invention and come from blacks. Look into genetics. The Asians have already said it. the Jewish doctors have already said it, and black people have been saying it for as long as I know. Okay, so white people, you come later. There's nothing wrong with you guys, but please don't try to poke your chest out or say you're better than other people. Are the children better than the parents? It's a sign of respect. How about that, white people? You show us blacks some respect. Know where you came from. There goes my hero, John Fletcher 948. I hope, not gonna say I hope he's black, but if he's black, that speaks to you guys saying I didn't defend the blacks well. They said I'm their hero or giving me positive feedback to keep going. Lamb Warrior, bro, just so upset, can't even make any valid claims, just insults. Well, ever since that reaction, I have been coming with stats. I have been coming with valid perspectives and valid information. So if you continue to watch, hopefully I change your mind about not having valid claims. This is One Angry Black. I'm in my mid-30s. I'm not a kid. That's from Push Local 5040. This is a tough one to say. It's just a bunch of letters. Might be an African name. I don't even know. But the last is 6082. You'll know your last four numbers on your name. I'm not even going to spell it. It's a lot. The truth is, people like Nick Fuentes and a lot of those in the comments, I may say your name because I agree with what you're saying. The truth is, people like Fuentes and a lot of those in the comments are racist as fuck. But try to justify it after the fact. White people are overrepresented among PDF files. That must mean pedophile. I'll have to check and see if YouTube will let us say pedophile. And predators. I don't know if what you said is true, but there are a lot of white pedophiles. I don't want to say they overrepresent without looking at the numbers. As a white person, you are statistically more likely to be murdered by a white person than by a black. Yes, whites are more likely to be murdered by whites than they are to be murdered by a black. Every race is more at risk around white person than any race around other. Now, I don't know about that. It may be because of the mass murder situation, but I don't know. This is statistically a fact. If we were to apply Fuentes' logic consistently, all whites got them, get them. Man, I wish I knew your name. AANUOLUWANIKOLAWOLE. Like I say, maybe from Africa or another country. If you are, please share this. If you're worldwide, I would love to be able to reach out to the whole world because we're talking about not just American issues. We're talking about South Africa, North Africa, Europe, and all that. Southern Europe. But yeah. All white, yeah, using his logic, all whites are pedophiles, mass shooters, and sex pests. I don't believe that is the case. Right. I don't believe some of the things I'm saying. I'm being facetious, guys. SAT word. I'm being facetious. In response to what Nick is saying, I'm saying this. In response to what the anti-Semitics are saying, I am saying this. In response to the liberals or in response to the Republicans, I am saying this. My stance on pretty much everything is you have a wide range of people. I don't stereotype groups from the standpoint of thinking any individual I meet is like that, or even most people I meet. I meet you just like Jake is with people. I meet every individual. I treat them as an individual. And their group, I look at the group of blacks as kind. I look at the groups of whites as kind. I look at the groups of Jews as kind. I think white people are kind. Like, they did kill the the Native Americans. That's not funny. They did kill the Native Americans, but the society that they have created allows everybody to vote. It allows for welfare for people who don't have. It allows for education, K through 12, to be free. It's abundantly clear that white people have done great things for the world. That's not the question. The question becomes when you come at my people, the blacks, and you say that bullshit, like you say some dude who's selling drugs or some dude that killed a woman or stabbed a woman on a train, you start telling me that represent blacks. Oh, we got to get on y'all ass because there's a lot of wrong going around for everybody. But in totality, no, all the groups are good. The Muslims are good as a group. Right now, people are getting on the extreme Muslims. Extremists on all sides is an issue. And as an American, I can see how extreme Muslims and the Antifada and the people talking about we're going to kill ourselves and go to heaven. I can see how that's a problem, but there's a lot of discipline in Islam and the Muslim religion. So my thing is that if we were kind to the Muslims and showed them respect, they respect Jesus. They think he's coming back. If we showed them respect, we would change a lot of hearts and minds. Now, I'm not saying change the mind of the people who are trying to kill you, but I'm just saying the whole religion. I don't think I don't think Iraqis hate blacks or Iraqis hate Europeans. They just only know the Europeans blowing up their nation, right? So they got a somewhat biased view of what they consider white. I obviously think if we all were able to talk and see what was going across, what was happening worldwide, that we would see we have much more in common than we have different. I lost train of thought up. And I read that already. Okay. You don't listen to this piece of dumb. Oh, that was the person I like. Okay, on to the next comment. PMO Drat. This is yeah, see, there's a few. This is an Emily comment. Comment to the Emily reaction. Every culture had slaves, but it was the white Western Christian nations that tried to end slavery. Correct. Whites were the first to end slavery. Or at least try to. The Eastern nations did nothing without the guns of the West on them. Okay, the Muslims castrated their slaves, right? Muslims somewhat treated their slaves, not somewhat, I guess castration is worse. Muslims castrated the sub-Saharan African slaves. Europeans did not. So chattel slavery is bad, and what whites did to blacks is bad. Well, not Europeans, what they did to sub-Saharan Africans is bad. But I am very aware, and that doesn't get talked about, that the people in the Middle East were very disrespectful and dehumanized African Americans. So that is true. In the Western Christian nations that came up with individual, Western nations did not come up with individual freedoms. They had this in many societies, tens of thousands, I'm not going to say tens of thousands of years ago, but definitely thousands of years ago and before whites. Read more. Individual freedoms are all under the idea that we are all made in the image of God and free will. Some Eastern nations still had slaves. Okay, that's a problem. Whereas the United Nations, slave owners were the rich 1%. Yes, slaves were the rich percent. The anti-Semitics are going to say the slave owners were Jews. I'm not saying that. Not saying they weren't, because I'm willing to look into these tough questions too. I'm not scared of being called anti-Semitic. I'm going to tell you the truth. If I tell you the truth and y'all say I'm racist against whites, fine. You say I'm racist against Jews, fine. You say I'm racist against blacks. They got people calling me Uncle Tom for the stuff I say. I'm going to tell you the truth. To my knowledge. We are all free nations, and yet there is slavery in Africa. Yes, I don't know how much slavery they have in Africa, but the Africans don't have their shit together. The sub-Saharan Africans, there's a lot that they can do. Everyone can do more. I was from PMAT. Okay, this is the last comment. It came 19 minutes ago. Meme son Roblox. I know about the Roblox from my little cousins. That's a game that the little kids play. I'm not sure if this is a child. This man, damn bro, that video just come out yesterday. Me responding to Emily, nigga said I'm black fatigue. All right, I hate to end it on a bad note, but that was the last comment. So look forward to talking to you guys tomorrow. And if you like the episode, subscribe, share with friends, hit like, and leave a comment. As you can see, I'm checking it out, and I look forward to talking to you guys. If you like this video, please smash the like button, comment, and subscribe. New shows airing Monday through Thursday.